Hello and welcome. I've got a really special story for you today, all about a magical kingdom and a king whose heart was just completely full of love. I mean, a place where everything just sparkles and shines, where everybody is happy and every single day feels like a new adventure. Just close your eyes for a second and try to imagine that. Okay, you ready? We're going to go on a journey together to a city by the sea, a city called Dvaraka. It was literally made of gold and jewels, and it was the home of the wonderful King Krishna. So, what was it even like in this incredible city? Let's pretend we're walking right through its gates. What would we see? Well, the old stories tell us it was a city where pretty much everything wonderful you can imagine was all gathered in one spot. And its king, the master of all good things, lived there in just perfect joy. It was a city basically built on happiness itself. Can you just picture it? Gardens are buzzing with happy bees, and the parks are just filled with birdsong. The streets, they weren't full of noisy cars. Nope, they had these mighty but super gentle elephants just calmly walking by. Golden chariots would be shining in the sun, and if you looked up, you'd see people laughing and playing on the rooftops. It was a city that was so alive. And what about the king himself? You know, you might think a king would be super busy and serious all day long, but King Krishna knew that one of the most important things in life is to have fun. His absolute favorite thing to do? He'd go to these beautiful lakes and rivers near the city. The water was so clear and it smelled sweet, kind of like flowers. And he would just spend hours there, splashing around with his beloved queens.
It was like the best pool party you can ever imagine. Krishna would dive right in, and all the queens would start laughing and splashing him with water. And of course, he would joyfully splash them right back. And the whole time, this beautiful music was playing, just filling the air with happy sounds. It was a big celebration of just pure fun and love.
Now, we mentioned Krishna's queens, and this is where the story gets really magical. It's a story about a love so huge, it's almost impossible for us to even wrap our minds around it. Okay, you ready for this number? Krishna had 16,000 queens. Whoa, right? That is a gigantic number. But this isn't just about counting. It's a clue about how incredibly powerful and magical the love in his heart truly was. Here's the magic. He had a special power that let him be in every single one of their palaces, all at the same time. He didn't have to divide up his time. He actually multiplied his love. So every single queen felt like he was right there with her, giving her all his attention, making her feel like the most special person in the whole world. And oh, they loved him so much for it. It wasn't just his magic, you know? It was his kindness. It was the way he moved, the way he'd talk with them, the way he would just look at them and smile. His jokes and his hugs, they just completely stole their hearts. And all of that love, it created a family, a very big family. And you know what? It was a family of heroes, not just because they were strong, but because they were so good. Just think about what it would be like to live in a family like that. Nobody ever needed anything. Everyone was healthy and lived for a super long time. And the most important part? Everyone was strong and brave and kind. They all learned from Krishna how to live a really good and happy life. In fact, his family, the Yadu dynasty, grew so big and so strong and so famous for doing great things that they were basically like a whole kingdom of superheroes, all living together in this one magical city. So why are we still telling this story thousands and thousands of years later? Well, it's because some stories are so much more than just stories. They're like a beautiful song that just never, ever stops playing. The ancient texts say that even just hearing about Krishna and his amazing life is like standing in a clean, pure river. It can just wash away any sad feelings you might have and make your heart feel all clean and fresh again. And his name is said to have a special kind of power too. Just hearing or saying the name Krishna is believed to chase away anything that's unhappy or scary, and it just fills up the space with goodness instead. But maybe, just maybe, The most powerful magic of all was his smile. That same smile that stole the hearts of 16,000 queens, it was so full of joy that it could make everyone feel their own hearts fill up with love. It was a smile that felt like it could fill the entire world.
And that just leaves us with one last thing to think about. We hear all kinds of stories, right? About big adventures or solving mysteries. But what if the very best stories, the ones that last forever, what if they're the ones that just make your heart feel happy and warm and completely full? Thank you for listening to this explainer with me.